little crazy. You know what? I'm going to put this back to me for just a moment. So it's been a little crazy if you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, because yesterday Stampin' Up! Released which colors are leaving and which colors are coming in with our new color refresh. We usually do a color refresh every 5 years. So very exciting stuff. Of course, it's always sad to see some colors go, and that breaks my heart. And I do have the list of the colors that are leaving, and I post them on Instagram. I post them on my blog. I posted them on Facebook. Starry Sky is an in color, so of course we have this for one more year, and I'm super excited about that. Polished Pink, however, is not carrying over, so it is on the bye-bye list, and I love that pink. Granny Apple Green staying, love it, thank goodness, because it's a great green. So these are the colors we're going to use today. So yeah, let's get started. Lots of fun, different things. Now, beginning April 4th, we will have all the items that are on the last chance list, up to 60% off. So beginning April 4th, so you can shop right at amandasinspirationstation.com. Get your stuff. It is while supplies last. So I've already released the colors that are leaving, so you definitely want to grab those. All right, so all of these cards have the card base of basic white thick, and they all measure at 5.5 by 8.5, and we're just going to fold them in half here. Now, I will have, I do post these full PDF tutorials when on my tutorial store. So they are up on my tutorial store. However, if you purchase the monthly kit, it's $35. You get enough supplies to make 2 of each of the 4 cards. So you're really making 8 cards, just 4 different designs, 2 of each. All the supplies are ready to go for you. And then there's always $20 to $24 worth of consumable products in there, and a little treat for me. So that's always nice. And I do offer a full PDF tutorial as part of that kit. Now, you can also, if you're local to me, you can join me for the live class, which is always the very last Tuesday of the month. So we did just have it this last Tuesday for those who came. Some take it to go, some I mail out. However you want to do it, it's totally fine. And then I'm going to come on here and do it as a Facebook Live. So it's kind of like a free class for those who want to follow along. All right, so I have my Granny Apple Green cardstock piece here, and I'm going to just place this flat to the front of my card. Just like that. And then I have some designer series pieces, and this is from the Forever Flowers. This is part of actually the Hostess Rewards right now. And I love that, the Hostess Rewards. They're 12 by 12 designer series paper sheets. There are 48 sheets, so it is a huge pack. Love it. And it's a value of Hostess Rewards of $18. You can purchase that with your Hostess Rewards. You cannot just purchase that outright. So what does that mean? Hostess Rewards means you have to spend a minimum of $150 to earn Hostess Rewards. That can be just by yourself, or a couple people could join in and do that. And then you could purchase the pack. All right, so we're going to do 2 different things here. If you look at the spoon here, I have the hearts on the back of the spoon. So here is the stamp set, and this is one stamp set, but I want the hearts to be pink, and I want the spoon to be the Granny Apple Green, and I want it to pop up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use both inks here, but we're going to stamp first in the polished pink, and I have my tailor-made tags die here. This is the largest one of this top style. And I'm going to just kind of stamp right here, kind of in the center here, because I want to leave enough room at the top here to do my sentiment. And I know that I'm stamping off. I'm not doing the whole spoon, and that's okay. And we're going to clean the spoon off right away because we're going to now put it into the Granny Apple Green ink. And so we want to make sure that that is clean. So I'll get my chamois out. So I have this scrap piece of basic white. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp this in the Granny Apple Green. This green doesn't look like it's Granny Apple Green though, does it? Jeez, what's going on with that? You know what? I have another Granny Apple Green. Let's grab that and see if that ink pad is a little bit better. I don't know why that looks kind of blotchy. Let's try this again. Let's try this one. I know, it kind of almost looks like, here, let's, much better, not as bright, but much better. Okay, I'm going to take my paper snips here, and I'm literally just going to fussy cut around the spoon. Now, I'm going to cut off all the little hearts because I don't need the little hearts. We have the pink hearts that we're doing instead of the green ones. So I'm just going to go straight across and cut the little hearts right off. Just like that. And I am going to trim this just a little bit here. There we go. All right. And now I'm going to use some mini dimensionals, and I'm going to place them right on the back of the spoon here. And I'm also going to place one on the end of the spoon here. That one's sticking. All right. Now, I'm going to set that aside for a second, because before we do that, I want to actually put the seine on my tag here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my seine here on my tag. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over because I want to use dimensionals. I want to pop up this tag. So I'm going to pop up the tag. And of course, I'm going to put one in the center. And I'm going to place my tag over my card like that. So we have it like this. And then I have my spoon that's sticking to my pinky here. That was not planned. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to place the spoon over the top of the pink spoon so that it's overlapping the tag. It's popped up, gives it that 3D dimension, but then it has the little hearts in the background. And I'm going to take the hearts a little step further because I'm going to get out my Wink of Stella. And I'm actually going to kind of color in the hearts, pulling that pink in a little bit into the center of the hearts. And then that way too, it gives it a little shine because our hearts need a little glitter. Let me see if I can move my light here. I feel like it's dark. There we go. There, is that better? All right. So there's so far as what we're going to do. And now we need to add ribbon and we need to add baker's twine. So, of course, I didn't grab my ribbon. Where's my ribbon? Here's my ribbon. All right, so I have grabbed my bow maker. I just didn't grab my ribbon. So we're going to make a bow here with the polished pink ribbon. And I have this lovely bow maker that I absolutely love because I wouldn't be able to make bows without it. So I'm just going to quickly make a bow here. Just like that. And I'm going to pull that aside. And then I'm going to use glue dots. So I want to use my mini glue dots to adhere that on. And I'm just going to pop that off like that and place that like that. And then I actually want to add in some of the baker's twine that I clearly did not have ready. And I'm using the Starry Sky. I love this baker's twine. This I use this baker's twine all the time because I love it mixed with white. I love how thin the baker's twine is, like how just soft it is. It's so easy to work with. And I love these colors. I mean, I mix and match these all the time with lots of my projects. So I'm going to make a bow with the baker's twine, just like I did with the ribbon. I'm just going to tie that, and I'm just going to then adhere this right over top of the bow, and I'm going to use a mini glue dot just like I did the first time. And I'm just going to just kind of over the knot like that. Okay, now I have to add my hearts and my opal rounds. So these hearts here are actually from the Share a Milkshake dies. And so when people who came to purchased this kit or came to class, I had in their package a little bag here, and it had all their little hearts cut out for them. So I'm just going to kind of pop these little hearts out. And of course I need this little guy for one of the cards. So there were a couple extra ones, so I'm not going to need all of them. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the polished pink one here, and I'm going to get some mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to pop those up. And I did one over here, and then I'm missing, oh no, I'm not, it's right here. I'm like, that's strange, I'm missing a little one. All right, I'm gonna do this one over the spoon, which is perfect because I actually have like a little nick here from like not doing a very good job at cutting. So I'm just going to place that one there. And then for this one, I'm actually just going to use mini glue dots. This tiny little guy right here that I'm having a hard time picking up. I'm actually just going to use, I am like dropping these little dimensionals, keep sticking to my fingers. Usually they don't do it that bad, but I'm going to use a mini glue dot right here. And I'm going to place that right there. And there you have it. There's your first card. Oh, wait. Nope. I lied. I'm a liar. Lies. All right. We got to put on the opal rounds. I love opal rounds. I think they are so cute. They just add a little something extra. They're like pearly but clear, and I love them. All right. So there's our first card. Super cute. Wishing you a speedy recovery. I mean, how cute is that? Okay, so there's our first card. Let's move on to our second card. We got this one here that also says wishing you a speedy recovery, but this one's a little bit different. We're going to use the Kleenex box here. So I have my card base. I'm going to fold that in half and varnish in the creases here, like that. Now I have some of the same designer series paper here in different sizes, and I'm literally just going to kind of do my little angle thing that I like. I like to call this kind of like my Mod Podge cards, where I like to just take designer series paper and just kind of place them at different angles and stuff. And I know I have some ladies, like some of my friends who stamp, do not like angling their projects. It's not their thing, and I get it. I totally get it. But for me, I just kind of like it angled just a little bit like this. And it's a great way to use up your scraps. It's a great way. All right, so I have a stitched square from the Stylish Shape dies, and then I also have a small circle, and you can either have that from your layering circles or a punch if you still have your punch. So we're going to stamp the same there, and then I'm going to get out the Granny Apple Green, and we're going to do the little tissue box here. We're just going to stamp that. All right, and then we're going to flip these over because we're going to put dimensionals on the backs of both of them. This card's actually seeming a little faster than the first card. All right. All right. So now I'm going to just kind of place this over the top like that. And then I'm going to also put the circle down at the bottom like this. And then basically where these two meet is where we're going to do our bow. So we need to make another bow using our polished pink sheer ribbon. I got to tell you, I really like polished pink. And I will say, as much as this shocks me to say, because I didn't think I would ever say this, I like it more than Melon Mambo. I do. I know Melon Mambo is a beautiful color, and I've loved her for years, and I still love her, but I don't know. I think I like polished pink more. Who else is out there that thinks that? Or am I the only one? All right, so I'm going to place it right there like that. I'm going to also now bring my baker's twine and do the same thing again. I'm just going to add a little here. I'm going to refresh this. All right. And I'm going to use my little glue dots again. Place that over. You know what? That one didn't pick up a glue dot. There we go. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing. Now we're going to do hearts, and this time the hearts that we're going to do is actually, we're going to do the sweet sorbet hearts, which now I am missing a little one. I probably should not have dumped them everywhere. But you know what? It is what it is. So we're just going to add these, what I have. As soon as I'm done here, I will find the little tiny heart, because I always do. And let's put on, I don't know what's going on with this little dimensional here. There we go. Let's do this one over here. Let's do this one over here. And then we're just going to go ahead and add our opal rounds. We'll add one up here. We'll add another one over here. There we go. How cute is that? Card number 2. So cute. All right, card 2. Moving on, card 3. All right, let's see what card 3 is. All right, so here is card 3. Now we have the little teapot, super cute. And we're going to do something a little different with this. So when we get to the stamping part of the teacup, we're actually going to use our Stampin' Right marker in the Granny Apple Green and in the polished pink. We're going to do stamping on the bottom of it. So if you notice, we have the teacup here that's popped out, fussy cut and popped up. But then underneath here, I have, because the stamp itself has the greenery and the heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this stamp and we're actually going to color this little greenery with our Stampin' Right markers. This is what we call a huff technique. And then we're going to color in that little heart there. When I say huff, I mean we're going to huff on our stamp. And then I'm going to just stamp it. So now I have just the bottom part of this stamp. You know, it might be easier to see if I show you this. So we have just the bottom part of this stamp right here. So now I have a little scrap of basic white, and I'm going to stamp the entire thing now in the polished pink, just like that. And I'm going to fussy cut just the teacup out. And whenever I fussy cut, I know there's a lot of people that don't like to fussy cut. I've said this a million times. I really don't mind fussy cutting. You just got to make sure you kind of keep your paper in your scissors. And I feel like the trick is don't try to get right up to the very edge of your image. Actually, make sure that you leave a little of the paper. Like in this case, we stamped on white. So make sure you leave a little white trim around it. I think if we had a die for it and we die cutted this out, there would be a white trim around it. So I think it's a lot easier to do it like that. All right, so now before I even adhere this, I'm going to put on my seine and we're going to stamp that. And hopefully I left enough room for this. If not, we're just going to kind of make it up a little higher. I probably should move this a little bit over, but since I didn't have enough space, I just made it a little higher. Not a big deal. All right, so now I'm going to take dimensionals and we're going to pop up the teacup and we're going to pop it up just over so that we have the different colors underneath here like this. All right, so now we have that done, but now we're going to have to put our card together. So we have 4 pieces of designer series paper here, all in different sizes. Measurements are on the tutorial. What I love is this is kind of like patchwork. It's like paper piercing. And I like it. It's great to do this when you have scraps. It really is. This is a great way to take also like a 6x6 piece of paper and make multiple cards out of it. Now I am leaving a little edge of white all the way around. And we're just going to place this last one right up here. Just like that. We're going to flip this down and put some dimensionals on there. And I'm going to place that in the center. And before I put my little green heart on here, I want to get out my Wink of Stella. And I'm actually, hold on a second. I want to see something does that help a little bit more? Are you guys able to see that a little closer? So I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm going to color in the teapot just because I want it to be glittery. Because I love glitter. All right, so I'm just kind of coloring that in, giving some more glitter. And we'll let that dry a minute before I adhere that little green heart. In the meantime, let's make another bow. So we'll make another polished pink ribbon bow. All right. And on my YouTube channel, I do have just a video showing how to use this bow maker. I also have, it's probably one of my very, I don't know, it's in the beginning when I first started. So I do have over 200 videos now, but it is one of the first ones. So you'll have to probably scroll back. But I will on the next one. I'll go through and I'll show you real quickly how to do it as well. But if you ever just need to, you have one of these bow makers and you're like, oh, I have one. I just don't know what to do with it. I know that. That happens to some of us and it's fine. But they are a great tool, and I guarantee once you learn how to do it, once it clicks with you, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've got this. Because I know you got it. All right, so let's put mini dimensionals again on our little hearts here. And I'm going to, because my bow kind of changed a little bit, I'm actually going to rearrange this just a little bit. Before I had it kind of coming out like this. I I kind of feel like I want to change it just a little bit. You know what? I have that prerogative. I kind of want to just change it here. I felt like this was too much right here, so I'm going to change this one. I'm going to use that little glue dot to put that on there. And then I'm going to add, I need my little pokey tool thingy. I'm going to add my 2 opal rounds right there. Perfect. Card number 3. Super cute. And you know what? These look cute there and these look cute there. I think this card is adorable. All right. Last card. Time flies when you're having fun, right? All right. So this one is a little bit different. I actually used not only the tailor-made tag dies, but I also used the largest scallop rectangle from the scallop contour dies. I do like this. I actually like using this in the middle or in the center of a card sometimes too. I like to do that. And then just for a little extra sweetness when you open it up. We're not doing that today, but I have done that. All right, so I have this piece of designer series paper. Again, all the designer series paper is from that Hostess pack, Flowers and More. And I am going to place that right inside there. You know, it'd help if I showed you the card. Here's the card we're making. That usually does help. All right, so we're going to do a lot of dimensionals here though, because now that I've placed this flat, the designer series paper to the die, I am going to flip this over and we're going to use dimensionals to pop this one up. All right. And I'll go like that. Now I have 2 dies here. One is in Granny Apple Green of the tags, and then one is in basic white. So with the tag one, we're going to pop this one up as well. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to get my dimensionals all flipped over here. And I'm going to angle this to the left. Once I stamp this, I'm then going to place this over top. I do want to make sure that I place this corner over the whole of the green one at the top, just so that it kind of gives a different look. And I don't want to see that hole there. All right, so now we're going to do I'm Here For You. And I'm just going to start right at the bottom here, stamping that. Now we're going to do this twice, this little pot here. So I am going to get out my little cleaner here. We are going to stamp first on the tag this whole image in Granny Apple Green. So we're going to do that first. First of all, because then I know where it's going to go. But second, I wanted the greenery top on the tag, and then I'm going to clean this off. Also, I didn't do it just now, but here's a little tip I like using this, but it does get very inky. And when you rinse it out, I usually rinse mine out with Dawn dish soap, but you can rinse it out plain too and just keep rinsing it. It will sooner or later become when you wring it out, the water is clear. This is my little tip on the chamois today. But if you leave a spot, do you notice my 2 bottom corners don't have ink? It's usually because that's where I put my thumb, so that then I clean it going like in an upward direction. That way it kind of holds it in place and I'm not getting ink all over my fingers. Here's my little tip and trick. All right. Okay. So now I want to, on my scrap piece here, I want to stamp this in pink, the polished pink. And I'm going to now just fussy cut out just the little vase. And we're going to cut off the little greenery, the flowers that are in it, because I want the greenery from us stamping it on our tag to show up. So there's that. We're going to flip that over because we're going to use a dimensional. And we're going to pop it over like that. Now, with this one, we have 2 extra hearts here. We're not going to use those. We're only going to use the very small Starry Sky one. We're going to put that on there because I love hearts. I like to add the little hearts to lots of my projects. Lori, who is on my team, one of a crafty cat, she knows me very well. She knows I do this all the time. Kind of has become a little bit of a joke. Okay, so I'm going to, now we're going to pop this up as well. So this one, this card does have a lot of dimensionals. And again, I'm going to place this where I'm hiding the hole at the top of the Granny Apple Green tag. So there's that. So now we need to do bows again. So this time I'll show you guys how to do the bow. So for the bow, you're just going to wrap your ribbon. Now, you could cut your ribbon and then do this, but I will tell you, I've learned from experience, a lot of times I either cut it too short or I cut it too long and then I end up trimming so much off that I'm just wasting ribbon. So I like to keep my bolt of ribbon just off to the side. I like to keep it loose so that I have room to actually do my thing. But I'm going to wrap my ribbon behind here like this. And now I have the 2 pieces in front and I'm going to cross one over. Now the piece that is on the top of my cross, I actually want to tuck underneath and between the 2 pegs. So I'm just tucking it under and between the 2 pegs. So now it's in the back of these 2 pegs here. And then I have still my piece in the front. Now I need to bring it forward so we can tie it into a knot. So I'm just going to bring it literally forward, but when I bring it forward, I'm bringing it between the 2 pegs. Now I have the 2 pieces here again. I'm literally just going to tie it in a knot like you would just tie a knot. Now you do want to make sure that you tie this very tight. And as you can see, I have already, I'm going to roll this up. I probably did not need to do as much because I do need to trim this side a little bit, but that's not bad. I can't really complain about that. All right, so I'm going to get out my mini glue dots here, and we're going to place that on the top of our tag here, just like that. And now we want to do the same thing for our baker's twine. So just get some baker's twine loosely out and wrap it around the back to the front. Now you have 2 pieces in the front. Cross over. The piece that's on the top, you're going to tuck through the 2 pegs, but at the bottom. So now it's on the back side and you still have your front side. You need to bring it forward. So just bring it forward between the 2 pegs. And then you're just going to tie your knot. Just like that. And we're just going to trim it off. And you're going to slide it up. Now, you can make bigger bows, wider bows, bigger bows. I like to make the little bows for the cards. But sometimes I do make a bigger bow. All right, so we need our mini glue dot here. And we're just going to place that like that. All right, and now we have to add our opal rounds. We don't want to forget those. Okay. So I'm going to place one right here, and I'm going to place one over here. And there you have it. There is the 4th and final card. So we have this card. We made this card. This card. And this card. Super cute. It was super fun. And then I'm going to share with you what everybody got in this kit. So everybody got in this kit for their consumables. They all got a bolt of this ribbon, the polished pink ribbon, which is valued, I don't even know. But I do know that this is valued, this is $15. Everybody got the in color baker's twine. So everybody got this, everybody got this. And then everybody got strips of this in their kit. So $35 and you make 8 cards. You have consumables. All of these pieces were cut for you, plus you'll go home with a PDF tutorial. Okay. If you are interested in signing up for next month's class, you always have until the 10th. You know what? I'm going to turn this back down onto me. You always have till the 10th of the month. I picked the 10th of the month because it's the same day as Paper Pumpkin. And in my mind, I just know that both of them are due on the 10th of each month. So you do have until the 10th of each month. And the next one is the Taco Fiesta, which I'm super excited about. And I have been posting all over this little clips on that. So Taco Fiesta, super cute stamp set. And yeah, I'm really excited about the cards there. I love that. I love that stamp set. Okay, so I hope you guys, and then you guys could stamp along with me, or you could stamp at your own leisure. You could come to the class, the live class if you're local, however you want to do it. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Facebook Live. I hope you enjoyed these cards, and I will see you guys next Wednesday for my weekly Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. Bye.